if somebody were to somehow know that he's about to have a child that's going to be a big Rashah, is it kedai for him to get married and have that child, or should he not? The Brisker Rav in Parshas Toldos learns that it depends. It depends if he's a boy or a girl. A man that has a mitzvah of pur revu has to get married even though he has this inside information and he knows that it's going to be a Rashah. Whereas a woman, like Rivkah, she has no mitzvah of pur revu, and therefore she could refrain from having a child, and she doesn't have to have a child that's going to be a Rashah. That's how the Brisker Rav explains that Rivkah says which Rashi explains means that Esav was mefarches lotzes. He was trying to get out to the base of Avodah Zarah, which means that he was a Rashah. And Rivkah says, Imkein lama ze Ankhi. What do I need it all for? But the Brisker Rav says that's only because it's Rivkah. That's only because Rivkah is she has no mitzvah of pur revu, so Rivkah doesn't have to have a child if she knows it's going to be a Rashah. However, the Gemara in Brachas, Daf Yud Amud Aleph with Chizkiyahu Hamelech, over there he was a man and therefore he had to have the child. What's the Gemara in Brachas? There's a famous Gemara that Chizkiyahu Hamelech was about to die, and Yishayahu Hanavi came to him and told him that he's about to die because he didn't have a child, because he never got married. And Chizkiyahu Hamelech says, you know why I didn't get married? Of course I didn't get married. I didn't get married because I knew b'nevuah that I'm going to have a child that's going to be a big Rashah, which is Menashe Hamelech, which is true. So Yishayahu answers him like this. He says, what are you looking, what are you seeking in the hidden parts of Hashem's plan? What you are mitzvah, what you are supposed to do, the mitzvah that you have to do. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to do, he will do. That was Yishayahu Hanavi's response to Chizkiyahu Hamelech, and the way the Brisker Rav is explaining that Gemara, that you have a mitzvah of pur revu. So even though you know that Menashe, who's a big Rashah, is going to come out from you, but you still have to do your mitzvah, and you don't have a right to make cheshbonis. You don't have the right to make any sort of change any plan when you have a mitzvah. But that's Chizkiyahu Hamelech. Chizkiyahu Hamelech was a man; he has a mitzvah of pur revu. However, Rivkah has no mitzvah because she's a woman. There are others say the same difference between Rivkah and Chizkiyahu Hamelech, but a little bit differently. They say because Chizkiyahu Hamelech was after Matan Torah, so he already had the mitzvah of pur revu, whereas Rivkah was already was before Matan Torah, and there was no pur revu. That's how Brisker Rav explains the pasuk of Lama ze Ankhi. So first of all, I just want to point out that the Lashon HaGemara, the Gemara in Brachas, Daf Yud Amud Aleph, in Yishayahu Hanavi's response to Chizkiyahu Hamelech, he says, "B'hadei kafshe d'Rachmana lamalach." Why are you seeking in the kafshe d'Rachmana, the hidden parts of Hashem's plan? What does that have to do with the Yishayahu Hanavi's taina on Chizkiyahu Hamelech? The whole problem with Chizkiyahu Hamelech was that he has a mitzvah and he can't make cheshbonis when there's a mitzvah. What's this thing about the hidden plan of Hashem? And also, Rav Chaim Shaul Kaufman, Zechariah Levracha from Gateshead, the mechaber of Mishcha and he asks a kasha like this. He asks a kasha from Rashi in Bereshis, Perek Daled Pasuk Chaf Hei, which seems to be the exact same case. Like Chizkiyahu Hamelech and Rivkah, but over there it's a woman, and still we have the same taina where you're not allowed to make cheshbonis. What's the case? Rashi brings down that the woman of Lemech, the Neshei Lemech, said that they don't want to have any more children. They already mishakimu pirivirivya. They already had pirivirivya. They already had a few children, and they said since they were part of Cain's family, and Cain's family was going to be wiped out after 7 generations. So what are we doing it for? What are we having children if they're eventually going to get wiped out? And Adam Arishin told them no. That what? This is what Rashi says. Rashi in Chumash. Rashi says, you shouldn't start making cheshbonis. You don't make any your own cheshbonis. You do what you have to do, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to do His plan. So again, so like the Brisker Rav, the problem that woman could make cheshbonis These women of Menashe Hamelech are women. They could make cheshbonis. Why did Admon Rishon tell the Menashe Hamelech that they can't, that they have to continue having children? So I wanted to say that it could be that the Gemara in Brachos, the Taina on Chizkiyahu Hamelech was not because he had a mitzvah of Pru Revu. The problem was Bahadi Kafsha Derachmana Lamalach. The first words that Yishayahu Hanavi said was Bahadi Kafsha Derachmana Lamalach. Why are you have no right to go look into HaKadosh Baruch Hu's future plan. Even if you know B'nevuah something, even if you know that something is going to happen, you know I see this, you know what the future is going to happen, but you still have no right to try to change the destiny and try to change the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted the world to go. And if HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a plan that your son should be Menashe, that's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan. You have no right to start dabbling and trying to affect a change in the future of the world. That's Bahadi Kafsha Derachmon Alach. You continue. My demifkitas iboylach lemevad. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will do His plan. In other words, you can't start trying to change the future of the. You can't start trying to change the way the world is going to go. You have to do what you have to do. You continue going on as if you don't know anything. And that would explain also why it was so terrible that Chizkiyahu Hamelech was going to die for not having a child. Why is he going to die for not doing one mitzvah? Why is he going to die? But it could be that once we understand that the problem was a much, much deeper problem, that Chizkiyahu Hamelech was trying to effect change. He was trying to change he was trying to change what HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan was. Maybe that's something that's more serious, and that's something that does you do get misa for. And we find that HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan, although it's true that Menashe did come out of Chizkiyahu Hamelech, but there were other tzaddikim that came out of Chizkiyahu Hamelech and through Menashe, and Mashiach is going to, Be'ez Hashem, come through Menashe. So that was the Taina on Chizkiyahu Hamelech. Nothing to do with his mitzvah of Pru Revu. Nothing to do with his mitzvah of Pru Revu. The Taina on Chizkiyahu Hamelech was that you have no right to start trying to change HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan. And that was the exact same thing by Menashe Hamelech, regardless of if there's a mitzvah of Pru Revu. By Menashe Hamelech also, what are they trying to do? They were trying to not have children because HaKadosh Baruch Hu was planning on killing them. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to kill them in 7 years, in 7 generations, they're going to get killed, so what are we doing it for? So Admon Rishon says, it's none of your business to go meddle in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan. You do what you want to do. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to do His part. You're meddling in Hashem's plan. Don't meddle. But Rivkah maybe is different. In Parshas Toldos, where Rivkah she's already pregnant with Esav, and Esav is already mefarches lotzes, he's already a Rashah. It could be that's not called meddling. It could be that already Rivkah says, Ankhi, I shouldn't have that child. In other words, if it's a future, it's something that's going to happen, something that HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan, even if you know it b'nevuah, or even if Hashem said that it's going to happen, but that's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan, what He's planning on doing, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will let it run its course. However, now that Esav Rivkah was already pregnant with Esav, and Esav was already showing this nature of a Rashah, and he was already mefarches lotzes. Now already, Rivkah could say, Lama za Ankhi, what do I need it for? I shouldn't have this child because this child's a Rashah, and if the child's a Rashah, it's not worth it to have.